Starting with the stylus, you will know that it is a very high quality stylus. It's made entirely out of metal. It has a graphite nib and a magnetic snap on the side. It does need to be charged, however. It does have a lithium-ion battery on board, but it doesn't need to be charged that often, and once you do charge it, you get a matter of weeks before you have to charge it again. There's also two buttons on the side. One is for the eraser and one is currently not assigned to anything, but this will be changed later on in an update. Now, it is kind of an elephant in the room situation that this is 100% Sony hardware, because it is. We can't deny the fact that they are using the DPT RP1 shell that was made back in 2016-2017, but the software is all QuirkLogic's. All of the design, all of the functionality, all of the interaction, and the fact that they have added things like Google Chrome and Google Services with Dropbox and Google Drive is all QuirkLogic's doing. The home screen is very straightforward. It has a list of your applications, actions, cloud library, local library, and applications. As of August 2020, there is no way to actually install outside APKs on this device, and you can see, because of the thumbnail image, Chrome is the only unproprietary application that is pre-loaded on this device. The rest are proprietary to QuirkLogic's software. The browser is one of the best browsers we've seen on a large screen e-reader. It's very quick. It goes into an A2 mode when you move things around. Now, unfortunately, there is no system-wide A2 mode on this device, but it does perform very well under movement or pinch and zooms. You can see it's a little bit pixelated, but it renders instantaneously. There's a lot of screen real estate that is generating a new image every time you interact with the device, so this is an incredibly good experience for what you get on this device. Long presses work as well. When you do long press, you don't get a whole lot of options. You get copy, select all, and web search, but it is nice to have it there. The keyboard is actually quite nice too. It is a conventional QWERTY keyboard, and it's big enough that you can almost type like a real keyboard. It's a big e-reader, so you do actually get the ability to type normally with both hands. Basically, everything situates itself around the note-taking experience. You can start drawing right away. Pressing the erase button towards the nib of the pen triggers the erase. The tertiary button that is used for highlight on the Sony and the Fujitsu currently is not assigned to anything, but that is to change for future updates. Long pressing in the middle is something of their own creation. This is what we get. We get shapes, colors, line thicknesses, and even image drops. There's a lot of different functionality here, and even more so than previous iterations of this hardware device. QuirkLogic has definitely gone above and beyond when it comes to the software. Never before have we had this many colors, transparency highlights, and the ability to add in your own images than we have had on a device like this. Once you drop an image, you can use 2 fingers to not only pinch and zoom it, but move it around. While you're moving it, you can pinch and zoom it to your liking as well. You can let it drop, let it render, and then pick up the pen and just start writing once again. This is really good for adding images and really working with elements, and especially PNG transparent elements can be added as well. It's very convenient. You can press back or forward respectively if you have made a mistake or you want to undo or redo. You can add a new page, and you can even add shapes. Shapes is very nice because we haven't seen shapes on too many devices before. This is the ability to make geometric shapes. You can rotate them. Everything is in their A2 mode when you are actively moving the item around. Once you tap out, it renders itself and it lands on the page like so. Because it doesn't have pressure sensitivity, you will have to toggle the line thicknesses, but it does give you a lot of line thicknesses, and the colors show up respectively on the screen all the way from black to highlight, and especially you get red, green, and blue after you export. Clicking on the 3 dots on the top right corner has a drop down that has a ton of settings here: save as a copy, share, insert, export, settings, etc. You can even trigger a system-wide refresh. It does cancel out every single time though, so you will have to go back into that setting to click on something else after you've refreshed. Turning a page actually can't turn a page with your finger left and right on the canvas. They've actually isolated that to the bottom corner and the top left corner respectively. Aside from all of the note-taking capabilities and upgrades over other devices in its class, the biggest draw of this device is that once you have the application open on one device, be it a tablet or your smartphone, it automatically gets synchronized to this device. And because it's shared, everything will happen live. There's a little bit of a delay obviously because it needs to transmit to each respective place, but you can see anything you write will show up on all the devices connected. So you can essentially have multiple devices all sharing the same active workbook. And you can see here that you have the ability to pinch and zoom, and really your canvas is just infinite, it feels like. So once you make some notes, you can go ahead and explore exactly what you've written across all platforms that are logged into the application. Once everyone is satisfied with their meeting notes, either on the device connected to the application or the paper device itself, you have the ability to export your notes as a PDF, thus giving you the ability to not only save it to your local storage as PDF, JPEG, or PNG, you can actually email it to yourself as well. The application can be easily downloaded, installed, and signed into on any device that's running Android. It doesn't need to be your phone, it can be a dedicated tablet as well. From there you have access to My Device, which is local on this storage, My Cloud, or Share with Me, which is the shared content between you and your paper device. You have a various amount of settings here as well on the sidebar: library, QR code to log into Quilla, settings, change password, sign out, and about. The QuirkLogic Papyr employs the same hardware as the Sony DPT RP1 and the Fujitsu A4. That can't be denied, but the software is completely different. An all-new color palette, shapes, clipboard, and the ability to insert clip art onto your canvas, along with some of the best pinch and zoom technology we've seen on a large screen e-reader, makes this device locally an amazing device. But more importantly, this device can work across any platform, whether you have a smartphone, whether you have a tablet, whether you have an Android-driven PC. You can install the application and use it across all platforms, and everything updates live. Whether you're across the world or in the same room, this device has that ability that no other device has. If you guys want to see more on the QuirkLogic Papyr, stay tuned to goodyreader.com and youtube.com/goodyreader. And for a full review of the QuirkLogic Papyr, this is Peter.